Hello, Facebook, on a Sunday, the first Sunday of the new year 2021. Thank you for joining me. All right, so I got to make this quick because I got a couple of places I need to run to, and I got to get some other things done in the house, and then I got to get on a computer, and I have to baby my son because he has come down sick, but it is breaking, so he should be well enough to go to school tomorrow. His hopes was that he wasn't going to school tomorrow, but he'll be in school tomorrow. Hey, Jay. So on today, I'm going to do quick little videos. The first video is I am going to be making vegan cauliflower steaks. I had this one time I did a on the farm tour, and it was touring various farms in Pennsylvania, and was looking at how they grew and slaughtered and prepared their cows. And so I'll probably go sometime in this year, Pennsylvania, to one of the organic farms. So I'll let you guys know, just in case you guys want to go ahead and put an order with me. But I'll be going there because of all of I think it's like 3 or 4 farms that we actually toured. That was one that I really thought it was very humane. I thought that the things that they were feeding the animals was very healthy, and they were living true to being organic farms. So my family is still eating meat. You know, they're going to eat meat. But if I'm going to do so, hey, sweetie, we need to run together. I've gained so much weight. Thank you for joining. So I am going to let you know when I go to that farm, because I am giving that farm a stamp of approval. I got to get the name for you, but I know that the top cuts of their steaks from their animals go to those 5-star plus hotels. You don't even get their type of, not even a roof Chris. You don't even get their steaks. That's how costly they are, and that's how pure they are. So when I go to that particular farm, that location, they even grow their own on their campus. They grow their own fruits and vegetables, and they feed that to their cattle. So I'll let you guys know. It'll be sometime in this year. So let's get right to the video. So what we're going to be doing today, again, is making, and I'll show you the beautiful cauliflower. So I picked this up at the local market. I was so grateful that it was still in season. So I've cut those at about an inch thickness. I did get that. I actually tasted the first time at a farm to table restaurant, and it was so delish. So I decided I'm going to do that with my family, because we are going on, well, I'm making them go on a 2-week no meat cleanse for the new year, because they've been consuming a lot of meat. So let's get right to it. So I'm going to be using some organic olive oil. And I couldn't get my little contraption, I think it's my son's, apart. So excuse me while I use this, and they are in pieces. I'm just going to drizzle a little of the olive oil onto each of the cauliflowers. And I'm going to do that on both sides. So that's the first thing you want to do. It's not a long process. Again, you want to make sure that you already preheat your oven to start off. At least give you some time, save you some time of your heating your oven warming up. So you want to go ahead and just make sure that all of the olive oil gets onto each and every one of your cauliflower steaks. And you want to make sure it's on both sides of your steaks. Now, I'm a big fan of cauliflower, so even going into tasting, even though I grow vegetables, I grow a lot of vegetables I don't eat, but I was like, let me go ahead. Everyone else was consuming beef, of course, you know, because it was on the farm beef tour. We actually got to see like them checking on a pregnant cow. We are actually seeing how they cut up the cuts, big old slabs. And maybe I'll post that video, a couple of those videos later, just to see that I was in the neck of it. And I was only vegetarian, vegan on that trip. And every time we went to a restaurant, it was like a ton of meat. Like it was 5-star, farm to table, ton of meat everywhere we went. So yeah, it was like what do you have for me to eat? And surprisingly, they knew that I was going in. And so when they were having their beef burgers, they had like a vegan or vegetarian burger for me, or they'll have something just for my liking. So they were very respectful and honorable in that state. So thank you. Shout out to them. And unfortunately, they could not do it last year, the whole tour, because I had been telling a couple of people about the tour before we ran into this whole COVID situation. It's like something you definitely want to do at least once in your life, because I'm a true component of knowing where your food is coming from, who's preparing, how it's prepared. Just knowing your own helps you out a lot. And so it was a wonderful experience. I think I was there like 2 or 3 days, and I was in knee deep of it. I know one of the farms was so interesting to me, and they're actually a potato chip company. So we went to their farm, and they actually fed their cattle the potato chips, like the byproduct after they were making it. Their cattle was living off potato chips. And one of my questions was like, how healthy is that? Like, you can't or shouldn't consume potato chips often. And they were feeding their cattle that. But, you know, again, you got to know what you're eating. I didn't necessarily, recommend that establishment as a place that I would want to buy some food or some beef products for my family. But, I don't know. I'm going to leave it like that, I'm not speaking bad of anyone or their practices or processes, but they're still in business, and they've been in business for a long time. It's a family-owned business. It is a popular chip company out of the Pennsylvania area. So I'll leave that at that. And so once you have coated very wellly both sides of your cauliflower, and you want to make sure, again, you get a very good coating of the olive oil, because you want all the seasonings that you're going to be adding to it to really soak in and to start to tenderize. And again, I have my oven preheated. It is warm and ready to go at 425 degrees. It is okay if you want to put it at 450, depending on, your oven settings and the temperament of your oven. But I have mine at 425. I'm probably going to put this in there probably about for 25 minutes to cook. In that time, I'm going to be turning it just in making sure that each side does get some equal cooking variance there. All right, so now the next thing I'm going to do is add a little liquid smoke, because I want this roasted on the grill. I want it to smell as if it came off of the actual barbecue grill. So I'm just adding a little liquid smoke, and the type of liquid smoke that I am using, I'll show you in one moment. Okay. Let me flip that over and just give it a little on this side. I don't want to use too much. Not a lot of liquid smoke on here. It is like, you can smell it. It smells like a good old barbecue. And I haven't been outside today, but I know it's slushy, because I've heard the cars going down the street, and it sounds as if it's wet. So even though I like to barbecue in the wintertime, I don't know. I just like that whole little thing. I know I won't be doing it anytime soon. All right, so that process is done. So I'm using the Mystique liquid smoke. And from there, I am going to use, after I drop my sea salt Himalayan, I'll show you that on the floor. Okay, I'll be using that a little later. So I'm going to use a little of the liquid amino on this whole dish, and I get that open. I'm just going to put it in there so I can just evenly disperse that. Also, it's almost like a soy sauce substitute, especially if you're going like vegetarian, vegan, or you lean into that. And I'm just going to go through that process again and putting that on each of the steaks. Now, will this fool some of your connoisseurs of meat? I don't know, but I'm pretty sure they would give it a try. Like, most people, they were like, oh, I'm not into vegetables or whatever. Once they start smelling this stuff and they're looking at it and it looks delicious, they'll go ahead and try it. So I wouldn't be, worried about it. Like, hey, let's have some steaks, and you not say they're cauliflower steaks. I think it'll be okay that you serve that to them, as long as you balance that off with something else, which I am going to do. I'm going to balance this off with, and I'll show you that process, with some Yukon Gold, the smaller potatoes. So I went ahead and boiled those, and they're sitting onto the side, and I'm going to show you a quick mashed potato of that, which is going to be your base, because I was thinking about making a dip or sauce to go with these, but unfortunately I couldn't find any raw cashews, and maybe because of the time of day I was looking for them, I didn't have a lot of choices to go to find the raw cashews to make that sauce. So it is what it is. I am going to now go in and tell you what I'm using. So I am, of course, using some, you see that, some onion, dried onion. So I'm just going to start sprinkling that over each one of the steaks. There's no measurement. I'm going to try to get better with giving you guys measurements. I am not there yet. I'm going to use some garlic. I'm getting better. I shall get better. It's a new year. I'm going to try. But, my family from the South, it's just something with measurements that they didn't do. Some paprika. I love my paprika because it adds a beautiful color to, like, everything. So I'll be doing that. I'm going out to the store, so I need to pick up some more of my ingredients. I didn't have time to look at my own dried out herbs, because well, if you don't know, I dry a lot of my own herbs, and I save them for these purposes so I can have them during the year. So I have some of this soul seasoning you guys keep hearing me talk about. That's what I'm using. So I'm using some soul seasoning on there. That's just to give it a little so. So I'm making sure that I am trying to evenly disperse these seasonings on each and every one of those. And then I have some cayenne. Put some of that on there. I don't want to make it really hot because the kids have to eat it, but I do want a little kick there. I am also using, to make sure I gave you everything I've used. So I'm going to use some of this brown sugar bourbon. Just a little bit of that to continue with the whole ideal of grilling this outside. I'm just going to go ahead and put that on there. Like this and like that. And then I am also going to use... now, I'm very cautious about this celery seed. It's just so powerful to me. Something I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do that to myself. I tried that with the beans, the black eyed peas, and it didn't go well for me. So I'm not going to do that to you guys. I'm just going to leave that off. Alright, sprinkling some more of the seasonings on. And I'm going to give you a close-up look of how it looks so far. Alright. Alright, and then I want to add some of this nutritional yeast on there. This is like the fab with everyone now. So I'm going to give it a little nutritional yeast. And I don't want to do directly onto it because I want to kind of control how much of the seasonings and stuff I am using on there. Sometimes you pour it on there, it has a mind of its own. Alright, so I'm going to repeat that process on the other side. And I'm just going to turn that over. And since I've introduced everything that we are using, I can go a little quicker because I don't have to explain that to you. Alright, now go back to the garlic. Get the garlic all over everywhere. We're going to be using some garlic also in the mashed potatoes. which is going to be a very quick and easy process once they are boiled. You'll see how quickly that goes, and it'll be ready for the plating of the steaks. It's a very quick process because I'm going to just throw them into the blender because they're already soft. And I've actually used the skins, so I kept the skins on there. So I like actually the skins on my potatoes. Even when I'm making fries, I'll leave the skins on there. So that's just something I like to do. Some more of the yeast. Nutritional. And this is organic. I try to use as much organic as possible. And then by doing so, one thing it keeps you true to is the fact that you're not going to be wasting it. You're going to use it purposefully. Now, just because I'm only doing one side with the turmeric, everybody knows I love turmeric. I am finishing up my makings. I just made some more turmeric. I call it like a turmeric chai, but it's not. It just gives me that move of chai. Pretty much. That's what I'm going to do there. And I'm on this side going to add just a little of my Himalayan sea salt. Just a tad. Alright, and so I'll show you this in one moment, how it looks. I was going to go into the oven before I move on to the mashed potatoes. This is how he looks. So I'm going to pop this in the oven about 25 minutes, turn it on each side, and take it out, and I'll show you the final presentation. I did make also a side salad to go with this because I was like, what kind of greens are we going to have with this? I couldn't have broccoli because we're doing cauliflower. So I have the mashed potatoes, I have the cauliflower steaks, and then I did a beautiful salad, and I'll show you that probably in the next video. So I'll show you now. It's a reach over. And I have that beautiful salad I put together, which is some cauliflowers in there. Of course, the tomatoes, the broccoli, spinach. I have the red leaf and the green leaf lettuce, some carrots, bell peppers. And I'm going to make for that salad a pineapple, fresh pineapple vinaigrette for that salad. So I'll bring you that in the next video. Thank you for watching this. Tune in a few minutes as I prepare for the actual mashed potatoes, which is going to take a couple minutes, and then from there I'll go into making the dressing for the salad, and then at that time hopefully I can pop out these steaks and I can show you the finished product. Thank you again. I'll see you in a couple of moments. Love you for watching. Love you if no one said that to you today, and Happy New Year. Bye bye.